Hey guys, what's up? It's NihonTiger. Welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. We're checking out the astronaut center, as we always do. But today, I would like to do something a little bit different. Something we haven't really done before. And that, my friends, is I'm going to go to Duna. But I don't want to go to Duna with Kerbals. No. Do something I haven't done before. I mean, send the probe up there to do my dirty work for me. So the reason we're doing this is couplefold. One, I was originally planning to do an episode. That's weird that floats like that, huh? I was originally planning to do an episode where I would do docking practice, but it's much harder than I thought. I'm going to need a lot of practice off camera in order to do it. So I've shelved that for now. And the other one that I was thinking about was building a new lander to get us to the Mun, which is something I really need to do anyways. Unfortunately, progress on that has not been going as well as I'd hoped. I haven't got a design I like yet. I'm still going to be looking at designs and whatnot. But in the meanwhile, I figured we should do something at least, right? So, after taking those 2 weeks off for WMC, I thought we might want to go ahead, and that's what I want to do. There's two things I want to do. One, I think I wanted to put a seismic accelerometer on here. I want to save that design. So by the way, I've got all my science here. I can't put an array nose cone on here. It's too big. It misses my joke shoot. So whether or not this actually successfully gets us to Duna as far as landing on it, I don't really care at this point. I just want to test it out. This is kind of a test run too, to see what we would need to eventually land on Duna as far as parachutes, deceleration, all that good stuff. So it's kind of a smaller test run, and since I'm running unmanned, it's a little better. Plus I put some science on here just for good measure. Now, this is actually enough probably to get us all the way to Duna and have plenty of excess left in the tank. I've put these 4 inline reaction wheels on here and a 5th on here just because I did a few tests with these and it was very unresponsive without the wheels on there. This is a little bit excessive, obviously, but I figured it would be easiest just to have these snap on all 4 symmetrically. So this should be all set and ready to go as far as the design. I've tested the design, it's space worthy, it flies, and we don't have to waste any Kerbals to do it. So let's do our first actual probe launch here. I think in forever. Well, we have done probes before, actually. We did that one that went to the Mun and crashed. But this is the first time we're actually going to go to Duna, and we've learned a lot since then as far as landing and design and all that good stuff. So, you might notice on here, no boosters. No boosters. Oh, the Kerbal flag's gone. It does that sometimes. You know what? Screw it. I'm going to revert to vehicle assembly. We're going to launch it from the pad. That flag means way too much to me. See, the flag is there. It's a glitch. That's a glitch in the game. It does that. But we're going to launch from the actual launch pad here. So, we'll grab the Duna Explorer. 138 parts in 7 stages. So, it's one of the bigger records. It's got more parts than the Wildcat 3. And it's got only the Ocelot 1 has more parts on that, and that was kind of a junky ship that I just threw together. That's the one that I made that's supposed to be the lander, but it didn't work, so we're gonna have to work on the Ocelot 2. But the Duna Explorer 1, we will launch that with the proper flag this time, please. Please flag. Yes, there we go. Okay, so as always, SAS on, throttle up. 3, 2, 1. I feel like I'm launching SpaceX's Falcon 9 like it was earlier today. Lift off. So, I have our mainsails afire in here. And the earlier problem I had with this ship was that it kind of liked to rotate on its own. So I'm hoping the reaction wheels will somewhat balance that out. I've also put if you can see down here, I've got some different I got struts that are actually connected to smaller separators here, and that's because I had the larger ones down here, but they were wobbling, they weren't connecting right, so I had to use these improvised kind of larger separators, and it's turning a little bit. Oh, I'm spinning a little more than I want to. Oh, now I'm spinning a little more than I want to. Can throttle down a little bit here. That's fine. I'm kind of starting to turn a little bit. I'm spinning a little. So I should make my turn. And this will go away. And I can start to push toward the 90. If you notice that the rocket, the actual engines look like they're wobbling about, the reason that they're doing that is not because, oh my god, the whole thing is falling apart. It's because the rockets are actually, that's the gimbal on the rockets. They're actually using the gimbal, and it's visible on the larger rockets. Not so much on the smaller rockets, but on the big ones, you can actually see the gimbal working. It's pretty cool. I kind of figured that out. So, this is why I have those reaction wheels in place. And now we can boost up to full throttle again. So we're already at 21,000. And we'll just let this bad boy throttle out for a little bit. Keep it on the straight and narrow. Throttle it back just enough so that, there we go, we get a nearly constant thrust, but they're not overheating at the same time. So these are going to kind of rock and roll a little bit. It's a little wobbly. I had a much smoother launch earlier today when I was testing this. It didn't wobble at all. But now it's going to wobble a little bit just because of the way that this tends to work. It's a little off kilter. Let's check our height. We're at 50,000. I want to get to 100,000 roughly when I do this. Maybe no, maybe I don't. Maybe I want to get to about 80. And we can slow the engines down a little bit. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 80. Cut the engines. Okay. Now, obviously at this point, we're going to do what we always do, which is, first off, we're going to adjust our orbit ever so slightly to bring it kind of flat plane. Good. And now we'll just extend it. It goes out. Oh, it goes way too far. I don't need to go that far. Don't need to go that far. Come on back. Periapsis. No, it's too small. 100,000. 114,000. That's fine. That's fine. Well, we'll just kind of bring the nose up on this bad boy. There we go. And now we have to find our marker. So you probably have noticed I've got the two mainsail engines. The mainsails are really good, especially for carrying small payloads like this one. And those inline reaction wheels are really helping out. Can you imagine not doing this with inline reaction wheels? I know it'd be really difficult, right? You'd have to be an idiot to forget about that. Yeah, this guy's an idiot because he forgot about that in the first iteration of doing this. He completely forgot about putting inline reaction wheels on it, and it didn't really work out so well. So we've got a node burn in about 20 seconds. Keep this pointed on the straight and narrow. It's kind of wobbling a little bit. Wobble seems to be slowing, which is good. Good. Now it's just off center a little bit. Let's throttle up. We got about a 30-second burn here. Now the mainsail engines are not so great here in space. They don't have a really good thrust compared to the other rocket that we have attached to the nuclear rocket, which actually uses fuel. It doesn't use a reactor. Oh, slow down, slow down, slow down. Oh. Well, that's damn near perfect, isn't it? So if I want to, I can maybe drift up here. Okay, that's probably about as good as I'm going to get. So, kill that off. This untitled spacecraft, which is a test I did of a different rocket design. And this bad boy over here, this one that's kind of just doing its own thing and flying way out of the galaxy, I just decided at one point just to see how far I could get on a main scale rocket out of space. And apparently you can kind of go all the way out to the infinite edge of the universe with it, because you can go pretty fast. So, that brings us to our big question here. Where is Duna? Duna is actually probably in a pretty bad spot for us because it's almost lined up directly with us right now. In fact, we're just a little bit behind it. And we would rather it be kind of back here, or maybe even further back, like back here. Because the reason is, as we're flying in space, Duna is going to be going right by us. So we're going to have to try and catch up to it with our burn here. And to do that, to traverse outside of Kerbin's orbit, you obviously know what we have to do. We have to burn to get an escape, but we have to burn in the right spot. That is at our periapsis. Now if we burned at the apoapsis, I believe, we would travel inward toward the sun and toward Eve. That's something we might do in a future episode here. I wouldn't be surprised if we did that. But for now, we need to go outward. And you can see now we've got, with about 900 meters per second of fuel of boost, we've got just outside of Kerbin's orbit. And so we kind of need to keep going here. This is where it's going to become interesting. We gotta zoom all the way in and click on it and then zoom out. And we want to line ourselves up just like any other planet. Your descending node is spot on. That is spot on. That is perfect. That is great. The ascending node is just a tiny bit off. There's a slight deviation from Kerbin's plane with Duna's orbital plane. But that's not, no, it's not like it's Elu or Dress, where you have these wild variations. Jewel's a little bit off too. Moho's way off. I know Eve is slightly off as well. But we want to get this out here, so we want to keep dragging. We got about 30 minutes to wait. And as we do that, we'll get our closest approach being there. Now, we don't have to worry too much about this. Okay, so... Oh, there we go, we just had an approach. There we go. So, that's the only problem, is 110 days out. The question is, can we do that any sooner? We might be able to kind of shift... I'm gonna go the other way. I'm burning the other way. See if we can kind of shift our orbit a little bit here. Get them to intersect sooner than 110 days. 90 days. So we're kind of shifting our orbits here. And we want to go a little bit faster then. Oh, that was in the counter. 74 days. So, oh, when was that? When was that? No, don't do that. Don't do that. 61 days. That's probably the best we can do right now without... Maybe we'll do it. Maybe we could try to do it a little bit better. Nope, that was about the best we could have done. So, I want to slow this bad boy down a little bit. Oh. Yeah, 63 days. 63, that's fine. So we gotta spend about 2100 meters per second to get there. And we have about 28 minutes burn to wait for the node to reach us. So as always, quick save. And the cool thing about this is, the really cool thing is that we don't have to worry too much about fuel. I have definitely over-engineered this thing as far as fuel needs for it. This will not be the same design if and when we do go to Duna. This will not be the same design for the rocket, because this is a one-way trip rocket. There's absolutely no way you can get off the planet with just a tiny little rocket like I have right here under the Sepratron. So there's this tiny, just an LV-909 that I've just thrown on there, and then we've got the two nuclear rockets. And then we've still got some juice left in our main sails, which we'll use that up just to help us along. But definitely a one-way trip. We're just gonna try and land this bad boy on the planet. You know what I forgot to do? I was gonna do this on the launch pad, but I forgot to check and make sure I could extend that without destroying anything. It looks like I can, which is good news. That's great news, because I otherwise would have wasted my time with that. So, for now, we're going to wait till we get to our node. We'll burn, and then we'll see where we go from there. There'll probably be some adjustments we have to make to get into Duna capture, so I'll be right back. Okay, so we're back, and I'm looking at this, and I'm thinking we might not be burning at the most optimal time. I should be burning a little bit further up between the periapsis and the apoapsis, but no matter. We have plenty of fuel, so let's fire up this big boy. Just be cognizant how much fuel we have left in the main sails here. Just want to make sure, because we're going to get down to about, I think, I don't care about overheating at this point. This thing's going to run out of fuel. There we go. Let's change our burn just slightly. Toggle SAS real quick. So we got a 3-minute burn. Great. Let's screw our orbit up a little bit, but I think we'll be alright. So I'm going to go ahead and complete the burn and make sure that we are able to get on out of here to our destination. And yeah, I'm not going to make you sit here for 3 minutes and watch me burn, so I'll be right back. Okay, so yeah, we're back here. I do have to make an adjustment a little bit here. I think it's going to be an adjustment where I have to retrograde a slight amount, just to kind of catch up the planet, because it's going to be ahead of us, so I want this loop to be a little bit smaller. We are, yeah, our ascending and descending nodes at 0, so that's perfect. That's right on target. So yeah, okay, I'm burning. You see our closest approach is going down, and this is going to be a bit further away, but I want to make sure I get captured. That's the big thing. I don't really care about the days here. Oh, there we go, there we go, there we go. Oh, there we go. Oh, 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 oh. Whoa, swung that bad boy around, didn't I? So, I should be in pretty good shape. It's wanting to kind of freak out a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and just do a slight, ever so slight prograde burn here. There we go. Now we'll be plenty good. We got 16 hours of an encounter. That will be more than enough to do what I need to do. So I would also like to fast forward here a little bit, since we're going to be 73 days away. And for the moment, I would like to talk a little bit about the series, the future of Kerbal Space Program on my channel, and whatnot. So for those of you that don't know, I've talked about it a little bit on Twitter. I will be taking a small break from the game in the near future, mostly because of, as I mentioned, the fact that I really need to learn how to do some docking, and I need a lot of practice with that. And unfortunately, I don't think I can do that right now and still do the series. I think it's going to take too much time. So 16 days away. I'm going to make another adjustment here at this point. I burn back a little bit with that, and that'll make it. Here we go. Here we go. That gets us our burn marker. Actually, I can make the burn right now, can't I? Just kind of eyeball it a little bit here. Getting closer. So that's fine. But I do need that practice on docking, and it's the reason I'm doing the probe episode today. Oh, careful. Okay, we're good. But the reason I'm doing the probe episode today and going to Duna this way is because I don't think I can get to Duna or Eve or Moho, definitely not Moho or Jewel or Dress or any of these other far out places without having some docking practice and actually learning to dock and not having it be an issue. I tried it the other day. I know all the base mechanics of it, but it's very difficult. So I figure it'll take me a while to learn how to do it properly. Plus, two other things are coming up. One is that this summer I'm going to be very busy. I have a lot of stuff going on, both series-wise, with other series, and just in my personal life that I need to do, that I can't really spend as much time, hunkering down in Kerbal Space Program. Minecraft will be fine. Other games I play, like League and stuff, that's fine. Those are usually just pick up and play games, and I usually record anything I do in Minecraft anyways. I keep saying Minecraft, jeez. That's how you know you've been watching too many of their videos, but Minecraft. Yeah, but I can do Minecraft stuff all the time pretty easily, and I enjoy it. And I enjoy Kerbal Space Program too, but it's a very time-intensive game to learn how to do stuff. And for me, there's other games I want to play too that are going to take up a lot of time that I want to try out and do Let's Plays on. And I just really have a full card already, so something has to take a break. And it's not going to be Minecraft. It's not going to probably be the various MOBAs that I might end up playing, especially League. I'm really getting into those kind of games and enjoying them right now, even if the community could be a little bit better. But yeah, there's other things that I have to make a choice between. Okay, do I want to do this or do I want to play Kerbal Space Program? Most of the time nowadays, I'm kind of saying let me go ahead and fast forward a little bit. But most of the time, I'm saying I want to go ahead and do these other things instead of playing KSP. And I love this game, but if I'm ever going to get through this backlog of LPs that I want to do, I've got to just take a break just for a little bit, because I'm also going on vacation this summer, and I'm going to be gone for about a week and a half, maybe about a week. Probably in Let's Play terms, it'll be more like 2 weeks, because I have to do a lot of prep work both before and after. It's a little bit of a working vacation, so in order to properly do that, I'm gonna be spending a little bit more time away from some of the games I enjoy, perhaps, and there's also the possibility, I don't know this for certain, there's always the possibility that something like a terra firma crack could come up, and I could have to spend a lot of time doing that. I mean, terra firma crack last year, I wasn't doing this last year at that time, that was pretty much you had to be on for like every day for like 2 weeks recording, so, you know, if I have that, I can't be doing KSP, I'm going to be falling behind on designs, I'm going to be falling behind on a lot of things. But never fear, the series, even if it takes a break, will return again. And I think I'm going to end this episode with us approaching Duna. Slow that down to regular time. So we're about 17 hours away from our encounter. And next time we're going to actually try, I'll quick save now, but next time we're going to actually try and land. We're going to do our burns to get into orbit, and then we're going to deorbit, and hopefully we can get this bad boy on the planet, transmit some data back, and have it be a huge success. I'm a little concerned about the parachute. I don't know if it'll work like I'm hoping. So that's all for today. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys next time here on Kerbal Space Program.